There's a new Demon Slayer game that is in development right now, and this Demon Slayer game is being developed by the Rell development team. The name of the game is Slayer's Retribution, but when I say it's being developed by the Rell development team, I do not mean directly the Rell brothers. The lead developers for this game is Kit and Rell. However, if you go inside the Discord server, you will see that Rell Sin is also a developer for this game. However, he's not a lead developer, so he doesn't have as much power within this game as you would think he does. But in summary, the Rell development team is working on a Demon Slayer game, and this is quite interesting. Now, I don't know too much about this game other than the fact that I know Kit and Hawk somewhat on a personal, professional level, and I have a lot of respect for them. There's recently been a video that's come out kind of giving a teaser on what Slayer's Retribution is and the functionalities that the game is gonna have. So we're actually gonna be reacting to this video. It is on Kit's channel. You see Sage Z's in the comment section. I'm gonna hit the subscribe button. I've already hit the like button, and let's see what this game has to offer.
We are going to be showing the first official trailer for Slayer's Retribution.
Watching in 4K.
This is going to be like the combat trailer. We're also going to be talking about like some special mechanics and concepts that we had for the game. But yeah, let's just get right into it. The first thing
combat trailer, special mechanics.
So this is the base M1 set right here.
Oh, that's M1s look clean.
Combat. So this is the base.
Wait, hold
up.
up. I'm sorry, I'm not going to rewind too much because the video is 12 minutes long.
So as you can see, it has a lot of blood and stuff, and then do it one more time so you can see the animations.
Okay. So this game, hey, is already off to a good start. What I will say right now is the UI is really, the HUD is really big. The HUD is huge. The HUD takes up a little bit too much space on the screen. I do think the HUD should be reduced, or if you want to keep it the same size, allow players to have like a HUD scaler, because it is really large and it takes up a large portion of the screen, in my opinion. So
you can see that there's a nice knockback. Now there's going to be a VFX for that, but the VFX artist is working on like 20 things at once right now, so you would able to get that in for the
so obviously this is, as he just said, this is early development for the game. I'm sorry for the pausing. I just don't want to speak over him because this is my first time seeing this, so I kind of want to, you know, get a feel of what he's saying.
It's not that big of a deal. Now you can see that just with 2 in 1 sets, I did a ton of damage to him. Now this is actually completely how we wanted it to be, because if you look, attacking real quick, so you can see I can parry him and then attack back.
Oh, okay,
so
that's gonna be parrying.
Kind of like it's really fun actually. Like, do you have anything you want to say?
Nah, it's really fun.
Okay, parrying.
The later stuff's gonna be.
Yeah.
Kind of want to see that again, but
like,
I don't want to pause or rewind.
So it's kind of like real games. You know how like in real games sometimes you have like a dodge system. Whenever you get like comboed, you can like dodge and then start attacking them. Yeah. It's kind of meant to be like that. A big inspiration for this game is Ghost of Tsushima.
I knew it. You could tell through the M1 styles that the game is kind of inspired or has some sort of influence from Ghost in Tsushima. Just the way the animations for the M1s are.
We're looking at actual games, not like Roblox games, because in my opinion, most Roblox games have terrible concepts and ideas. They're kind of just copy and paste versions of them.
Hey, if I was to say that, the developers on Twitter would start roasting me, but okay.
The next
thing thank you, Kit, for, you know, throwing that one out there.
So the next thing is a big concept that we had was for see-through world. So you can see when I press,
I like the clothing.
It's kind of like
the clothing's really nice.
You can see ESP and all the things, but you see that there is an icon above the demon's head. So what this is a concept that we had called neck vulnerability. So how it's gonna work is kind of like in the anime, where you see like the stronger slayers can pretty much just one-tap demons without second thought, and you can, like, I think of Yorichi's fight versus Kokoshibo, where he like dashes forward at like light speed and almost cuts his neck off, but because his neck wasn't vulnerable enough, he didn't actually kill him. So that was a concept we had. So yeah, there's
that's interesting.
Vulnerability. So as you can see,
if it's green, you're gonna be able to like one-shot him.
But you can see there's a hitbox, and I can basically one-tap them.
Okay.
Now, that's depending on their actual vulnerability. So this is red, so it's a really low chance I'm gonna kill him first try. And what's gonna happen is,
wait, so he said there's a low chance you can kill him the first time. However, if your RNG is good, are you able to completely one-shot even if they have red vulnerability? That's really
For
interesting.
right now, it just kind of sits there. But what's going to happen is they'll be able to counter you. They'll be able to dodge you or fail to do either. They're just going to, like, they'll be fine, basically. They might take a little damage, but it's not going to be crazy. How it's gonna
Okay.
work is,
So you
let's say
can't
you're
just go around
Hashira and
spamming
it's
it.
like a weak one. You'll be able to one-tap them.
One
which is
tap,
gonna be
okay.
nice. It's just kind
Makes
of fun if
sense.
you're bored or whatever. But like, let's say you're like a low level and you're going against like a high ranked, like an upper moon or something, then obviously it's gonna be like red. But it adds more skill to the game. What's gonna happen when the animation is done is you'll do like.
That's a
dash,
really
and
unique.
depending on-
That's a really unique concept, a really unique feature. Now, the only issue with putting this feature out to the public this early into the game is other Demon Slayer games copying it. But will they be able to copy it to a high standard? Maybe not.
Your sword mastery, your rank, and all of that stuff.
There's no Demon Slayer game has a
The
feature like
animation will
that,
be
like at
faster or
all.
slower, which will give the person you're trying to do more time to react. So
Wait,
it's gonna be
Kit
based
is
off like that,
cooking.
which is gonna, like I said, it's gonna add a lot of skill to the game. The combat's already very skill based because we're not really trying to do leveling systems. You're gonna have to be like really skilled at the combat to do anything. So yeah, that's see-through world.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
I forgot what I was
talk a bit
gonna say. It
about
doesn't matter.
some PvP ideas we had. Well, real quick, I'm gonna show y'all. So as you can see in the top right or top left, we have a changed tool stance. Now this is just a cosmetic thing, but it basically allows you to change your tool stance, which will basically just like, it's just a fun little cosmetic. There's in each wall, and
There should be a
eventually
key, a
what we're gonna
dedicated
do is
keybind
each
for
stance will
that.
have their own M1s that'll have different like specs, kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, like I mentioned. So like the default's gonna probably have more speed, less damage.
I
This one will
really
probably have
like
more
that
damage, but
feature.
slightly less
It's kind of
speed,
like
etc.
Deep Woken
It's
in a
just-
sense
it's just
where
kinda
you have different
customizable. So you choose your
stances.
stance and you get your own M1s based on that.
You can
which
use
will just
one-handed or
make it, like,
two-handed
It'll be
stances.
more fun because not everybody's gonna have like the same base M1s, even if they have the same Nitrin. Each
Again,
Nitrin
you want to
is
know
like-
what's funny? People gonna say, "Oh my gosh, Deep Woken," when this game has been said to be inspired from Ghost of Tsushima and not Deep Woken, but you know, Roblox.
breathing style will also get.
And again, sorry to pause. Again, developers that take inspiration from games outside of Roblox instead of copying games already inside Roblox. You can already see the difference in terms of, you know, game quality. And with that as well, I do think the biggest problem with Demon Slayer games is the amount of content. Like, not even just content on release, even updates. The amount of content on release and let's just talk about release. The amount of content on release is really scary because it's usually never really enough. It's usually just you grind till you can do final selection. Final selection is obscenely easy. You complete final selection and then there's nothing else to do until update 1.
Version of this, so it's gonna.
So I
make
want to
it
see
more,
how they're
like,
gonna tackle
broad,
that.
like the spectrum of people that you see just attacking. Now let's talk about PvP. So one idea that we had for like in-game content is Hashira like tournaments. So let's say you want to be a Hashira or upper/lower moon. So basically the time has not been decided yet, but every week or around every other week we're gonna hold tournaments where you can compete to become the Hashira upper or lower moon for that spot. So let's say you're a Thunder user, you've completed everything you can in the game and you want to become the Hashira. You can wait for the tournament, you can join the tournament for the Thunder breathing Hashira role, and then if you win, and you'll get a special rank in the game, you'll get a special role in the Discord that allows you to talk to other Hashiras and stuff. There's gonna be a bunch of fun stuff.
That's really interesting. I really do like that concept. However, to be able to keep up with that, you're going to need mods or admins that are dedicated to doing that every single week. And I'm not gonna lie, you're probably gonna have to pay them because if there's no incentive for them to do it, after the first couple of months, they're just gonna lose interest. So I'm really curious to see, because this is always good things to implement into the game, and it usually lasts for the first couple of months, and then after that people just forget about it or just don't want to do it, you know, or they don't do it every week. They'll probably do it like once a month. It's really hard to keep up with things like that, but it is a really good,
And
interesting
I think it's gonna be
feature.
really fun for the community as a whole, just to have fun with this.
There should be a way
it's
to
good.
automate it. If you're able to automate it, it won't be that bad. But if you have to manually do the tournaments every single week, it will be really tedious.
Be a really prestigious
really
thing to have.
tedious.
There's gonna be special buffs that you get as well. So just something to add to in-game content. The PvP skills, most of them are not done yet, but there's gonna be some skills, probably just like simple basic skills for the basic Nitrin. But as you can see right now, all I have is Surface Slash, which is the first move for water breathing. Right now it's actually about to get revamped. So if I hold my mouse, it has a little bit of auto aim, but when I press E, as you can see, I dash forward and knock him back. So this is really good
animation for
comboing,
that's pretty
or
nice.
Let's say like Richie block real quick. If he's blocking and we just say like I attack him and he attacks me back, and we just get an infinite parrying spout, what I can do is when he's blocking, I can press E, and it's gonna act as a block break. Most skills are going to add as a block break, or at least lower their blocking, because there is a posture system, so you won't be able to infinite block or get an infinite parry spout. So that's what most skills are going to be useful for. We haven't decided on the balancing just yet. There's going to be a lot of things. We have an entire concept team right now just giving us tons of concepts for the storyline, for the combat.
Skill-based Demon Slayer game. There's 2 skill-based Demon Slayer games in development right now. This and Yahiba. I genuinely don't think I saw some gameplay for Mugen, whatever you want to call it, and I ain't gonna lie, it's not that great.
For the breathings, BDAs, all of that.
Slayer's Retribution
team to all this to make sure that this game is actually really good. And speaking of that, the map that we're actually in right now is the old version of the map. It's actually getting revamped right now, and this map isn't the worst, but we wanted to make sure that the map is like really immersive because of the game it is, and we wanted to go for a more realistic style, like I said, with Ghost of Tsushima. And so this map isn't bad, but we want to make sure that we're giving out the best quality map for you guys.
Ain't gonna lie,
so,
Kit is cooking.
This is a placeholder map, in case you're wondering. This is not the permanent map. The new map is actually being built. Oh gosh. Oh no. Chill.
What I do want to see, before we get into the little PvP showcase they're doing, I do want to see in terms of content story for the game, like in how in Ghost of Tsushima, games like that, maybe like even games like Pokemon, you can go into random buildings and there's going to be people in that buildings that, you know, help you through the game. Because in Pokemon, you can go in random buildings, you talk to an NPC, they'll send you on a side quest, and they give you like a item that you would need in the game, whatever it may be. Like in Pokemon, you go into a building, you talk to a random NPC. Sometimes they give you like random TMs. Sometimes they give you items that help you through your game, or they give you items that help you do things in the late game stage of the game, and it's not like main story quests. And you wouldn't know to do that unless you went inside those buildings and talked to those NPCs. You're not just gonna, it doesn't have a big icon on their head saying, hey, you need to talk to this NPC, but you kind of get rewarded for being curious, for exploring. That'll be really cool.
Dang. Got me there.
Hit me there.
Oh.
I do think the ragdoll effect on the ability is a bit crazy.
Chill.
Like getting knocked up into the air and stuff.
So yeah, you can see that we get in a lot of parry bouts, but what's nice is we can just use the skill, like I said, and break the whole parry thing. So that's what, like, let's say you just get like this infinite bout of parrying. You can just use your skill, and it will stop them from parrying, and then you can get them into another combo in which they can parry. That's why M1s might seem a little bit slow. It's just simply for that system, so that you have more time to react and stuff. Now you might be asking, like, how do you actually evade like the skills, since because of their nature where they like your block. So mostly gonna be through dodging. Like use it. You can see there's a little bit of reaction time. Now right now the hitbox is a little.
Yeah, I don't like the knock up from the when you use your ability. What I will say is I kinda this is 50-50. Some people like this, some people don't. I kinda want the dashes to be kinda simplified. Like here you can see when they dash, it throws them forward or throws them to the side. I kinda want dashes to be like a simple dodge mechanic. Like I don't want to say like in Yahiba, because it would just be like kind of copying, because Yahiba's combat is kind of like movement based, so you can use your dodges to circle around your opponent. And again, that's like similar to stuff like Elden Ring. A lot of Souls games, you're not using the dodge mechanic to dash forward or dash backwards. you're using the dash mechanic to maneuver around your opponent. It gives you mobility around your opponent. So it's not long dashes, it's just dashes to get you out of the way, or like a simple engage. I feel like the dashes, I don't want to say I hate, but when that dashes are animated and they fling you forward or to whatever direction you're using it, it is a little bit, it's a bit too much in my opinion. I prefer it to be a bit more grounded.
Time, and then of course knocking, which the
obviously this is all early development, as he just said. The animations aren't all done yet.
I would show them. So that's most of the combat stuff. We were going to talk about progression, but I don't want to end up like Pixel Piece, where they say, hey, we're not going to be a bandit beater, and then totally a bandit beater. I would rather
we're trying
to wait until progression is done and then be able to show it to y'all, rather than say what we're going to do and then not be able to do it. We're gonna wait until it's done.
I respect that. See, they're not just throwing around useless
and then just show
information
it and then talk about it instead of just talking about it, like I said, because I think actions speak way louder than words, especially in terms of game development. Because you see games do that all the time, where they'll be like, yeah, we're gonna implement all these concepts and stuff, and
oh my god,
none of the concepts are actually implemented.
Oh my god, Kit is spitting. Oh my days. But you know, if I was to say that, I'll get dragged on Twitter. I get dragged on Twitter.
Y'all don't have to worry. We're definitely gonna be talking about progression soon, but it'll
I respect
come in a later
that
video. But yeah, also for the next slash, like I said, it's gonna be like a dash forward. So what we were thinking about doing is, so any dash moves that your breathing has, so for water breathing, of course, surface slash, that would probably act as the next slash move instead of it being like its own separate thing. But y'all can let us know down in the comment section what y'all think of that idea. Also the UI, if it looks a little big, and y'all might be saying like, why does it look like so modern and stuff? This is supposed to be a Demon Slayer game. So we chose this UI because it's gonna contrast really nice, because everything else is gonna be so traditional. I think it's gonna make the UI kind of pop more. Y'all can of course put y'all inputs on that in the description, like, or comments. I don't really care.
I don't mind how it looks. I think it's pretty cool.
Coming out soon, but we're waiting on the last two cutscene skills, which are gonna be flowing dance and constant flux. Each breathing is gonna have their own cutscene skills. Combat styles are probably gonna have their own cutscenes too. Like, let's say you don't have a breathing yet, everything is gonna have their own cutscenes.
Oh, there's gonna be combat styles in the game?
I didn't talk about this in combat, but M1 priority is also gonna be a thing. So because there's no levels, it's gonna be more like weapon based equipment that you find in the game. There's gonna be lots of shops, lots of exploration, reasons to explore, like in the anime, and also sword repairing. So every sword has its own sharpness, which is another contributing factor to the neck vulnerability, is actually your sword sharpness, along with your mastery with the blade, etc.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So your sword sharpness
game's gonna have depth to it
as you continually use it.
It's not just a Demon Slayer game.
At like a swordsmith, just like in the anime. But that's not gonna be something that you have to do all the time. It's just gonna be kind of like a extra little tidbit of content. We're also thinking about adding like a hunger system, and we're adding lots of wildlife to the game. We're gonna add like foxes, wolves, rabbits, etc., just to make the game feel more alive. There's gonna be also, let's talk about events. So let's say you're just like walking in a village or whatever, and you'll see lots of NPC interactions, like a slayer fighting a demon. You can join the fight, help out if you want to, or some citizens getting terrorized, you can help out the fight, because there's going to be a reputation system, which means that there will be rogue slayers, there will be rogue demons, etc., which will be a really interesting thing. There's also going to be clans, obviously, but there's going to be like clans that you can like create, like factions, so that, which will have like PvP battles and all that. We'll also have tournaments for those as well, like the biggest like top 10 factions.
Not gonna lie, I'm just paying attention because he's really like going in depth with it.
But obviously with this, with the reputation, you're not going to want to fight another Slayer because you'll lose bounty, which means that Slayers are going to be a lot, unlike other games like Project Slayers where everybody just kind of fights each other. There's going to be like an actual reason to fight, and you're going to gain race you are to destroy and take over the other team.
Oh my gosh, kid,
user interaction is going to be a big thing in this game because of the reputation system. It's also going to make it a lot more, I think, a lot more interesting, and make
doing stuff like that, like incentivizing players to actually interact with other players, makes your game more alive. So the game isn't going to be people AFKing inside of the trade hub trying to get the best weapons. People are actually going to be like, yo, I need a crew, I need to join a really good faction, I want to get whatever perks or benefits you get with being in a good faction so that I can get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I love that. I love that.
More fun in the game because you can like group up with your friends that are the same race and go like have battles with the other like factions, like I said. So
because in a lot of Demon Slayer games, people will be a demon and, you know, chill with their friends slayers, right? I've always thought, hey, if you want to go be a op, you're gonna be a op. Slayers and demons shouldn't be chilling together. Now it's like, oh, you want to be a demon? Well, I can't really F with you. If I see you around, hey, faction Silvermoon's gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a demon around here, bro.
Obviously, for hybrid, you'll probably have to be a rogue slayer. That's what that's a system I was thinking of, because I think that's pretty much what Kokoshiba was, and that's what Akaza tried to attempt to ring Goku with. So there's gonna be a lot of interesting systems like that. I would talk about more of them. I don't want the video to get too long, and also I don't want to spoil too much. And like I said, also I want to show these systems to you guys. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. The server link, and it's also in the description if you want to join that.
Hey, I'm not gonna wait. Let me.
We're gonna talk about that in the next trailer, along with some new mechanics.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Slayer's Retribution. It sounds like they're cooking. It sounds like they're cooking. Yes, there was a lot of things in the video I was a little bit iffy about, right? But the game's still in early development. And Kit, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. He sounds like he knows what he's doing. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not gonna lie, I got full faith in it. Again, a lot of people gonna say, Agz, you're hyping up the game, but at no point in this video did I hype up the game. It's just refreshing to hear a developer that knows the direction he wants to take his game in, you know? And you don't see that a lot of the times. You don't see that a lot of the times, especially on this platform. And then once you criticize a game for having like a really bad flow, like the flow of the game's bad, you get criticized for criticizing the game for not being like solid, which makes absolutely no sense. Again, Slayer's Retribution, it sounds like it's gonna be some heat. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's a bit too early to tell. Anything could go wrong. But Kit is cooking. Rell Hawk, hey, give Kit a raise.